A faint resonance trembles in the dark. A tone nearly too soft to hear, like a single drop striking an infinite still pool. Intangible hum rising? What if the brilliance we call intelligence, the equations we write, the languages we speak, the patterns we uncover, is not produced by the grey folds of matter behind our skulls, but is instead the radiance of something older, deeper, a luminous attribute of the soul itself? What if the brain is not the source, but the instrument? And consciousness, the unseen root of being, is the true mind beneath the mind? A quiet question, but one that echoes across eternity. Modern neuroscience describes intelligence as emergent computation, neurons firing in coordinated networks, synaptic plasticity shaping memory, electrical fields synchronizing cognition, brain regions specializing for language, logic, creativity. The prefrontal cortex evaluates, the hippocampus stores, the parietal lobes map space and form, the temporal lobes process meaning. And yet, neuroscience still cannot answer the hard problem. Why does subjective experience exist at all? Brains can be measured, weighed, scanned. But consciousness has no mass, no color, no location. Current physics shows similar puzzles. Information in the universe is conserved. Quantum systems collapse only when measured. Entangled particles behave as if linked through an unseen field. The universe appears fine-tuned for mind to arise. Cognitive science increasingly senses a boundary, a line where material explanations dim. What if the boundary is not a limit, but a threshold? Now, shift the axis. In this alternate reality, the brain is no longer the generator of intelligence, only the receiver, a resonant organ shaped to translate a deeper light. Biology becomes interface. Neurons become tuning forks. Synapses become gateways. In this world, intelligence is a pre-physical attribute, a field-like property of the soul, consciousness expressing through matter, a fundamental constant like gravity or spin. The shift occurs not by breaking natural law, but by unveiling its hidden structure. Consciousness becomes the primary layer. Matter becomes the secondary expression. The universe rearranges. If intelligence originates in the soul, then several consequences immediately unfurl. Cognition becomes non-local. Memories, insights, and creativity can emerge independently of neural density. Genius is resonance, not rarity. Near-death experiences gain scientific coherence. If awareness persists without full brain function, it is because consciousness exists beyond biology. Dreams become windows into the deeper mind. The brain loosens its hold, and the soul expresses more directly. Learning becomes soul adaptation. To learn is to awaken dormant intelligence, not to install new data. Artificial intelligence hits a metaphysical ceiling. Machines can simulate thought, never generate it. For true intelligence requires a soul stream. And across this recalibrated cosmos, humans sense something profound. We are not brains thinking. We are consciousness experiencing through brains. Humanity transforms. Science. Neuroscience shifts to studying the brain as a receiver transducer, like a cosmic radio engineered to translate higher frequencies of mind. Technology. Brain-machine interfaces evolve from reading neural signals to amplifying the tuning of consciousness fields. Meditation becomes a measurable phenomenon. Coherence becomes a skill. Religion and spirituality. Doctrines soften. Mystical traditions surge forward. People intuitively sense unity, that beneath all personality, a deeper intelligence flows from the same source. Culture. Schools teach resonance training. Children learn to center, focus, perceive subtle intuitions. Genius becomes democratized. Ethics. Every mind is sacred because every mind is a soul. Human dignity becomes unbreakable. This world feels both ancient and futuristic. A civilization remembering something it once knew. What does it mean to be intelligent? If intelligence is the soul's native brightness, it means creativity is remembrance. Insight is alignment. Intuition is communion. Reason is the soul articulating order into the material world. The sense of self expands. People begin to realize, my thoughts are not my identity. My brain is not my essence. My consciousness is not contained by my body. A quiet revolution unfolds within each person. A turning inward. A listening. Stillness becomes the greatest laboratory. Silence becomes the highest data stream. The hidden constant reveals itself softly. Intelligence is the echo of the source, moving through the soul into the world of form. Science and mysticism meet finally as equals. Quantum physics describes intelligence as a non-local field of information. Neuroscience describes the brain as a resonant decoder. Philosophy describes the soul as the enduring center of identity. And mysticism has been whispering this all along. God emerges not as an idea, but as the infinite wellspring, from which all intelligence flows, not separate from creation, but sustaining it from within. This unified cosmology reveals a simple truth. The universe is intelligible, because intelligence itself is woven into its fabric. A single line from Gregory of Nyssa surfaces like a luminous thread. The soul is a mirror of the infinite, reflecting what it beholds. In this world where intelligence is soul-born, Gregory's insight becomes literal. Intelligence is reflection, the soul mirroring the divine pattern. Neuroscience parallels this with neural synchrony. The brain aligns its electrical rhythms with patterns of attention and awareness. This synchronization could now be understood as the brain tuning itself to the soul's frequencies. A contemplative echo from the cloud of unknowing. By love he may be gotten and holden. By thought never. If intelligence originates in consciousness, then the deepest cognition is not analytical but relational. A coherence between soul and source. In physics, this mirrors quantum coherence, where systems remain unified across space and state. Mysticism describes union. Physics describes entanglement. The essence is the same. Intelligence is the dance of the soul, in resonance with the infinite mind. We return now to the question: if intelligence is the attribute of the soul, what becomes of human life? Everything gains depth. Ethics rooted in sacred mind. Science rooted in unified fields. Creativity rooted in divine memory. Identity rooted in consciousness, not biology. The brain becomes wondrous, not as the origin of intelligence, but as the cathedral through which it sings. Science explains the architecture. Mysticism explains the meaning. And God, the hidden constant, is the source from which both are carved. The hum returns. Soft, gentle, omnipresent. What if the universe has always been intelligent? Because the source, God, is behind it. Does it have a mind? What if your intelligence is God's whisper shining through the veil of form? A final contemplative line from Hildegard of Bingen lingers. The soul is symphonic, and every mind is a note in God's eternal song.